as a mom with kids that have special needs, can I just explain something to y'all real quick? I am tired of being bullied and belittled by people that think they're in charge. They think they can have just their say over what I've been dealing with my kids for 12 years. I've noticed the signs of my twins being autistic since they were 3.5. That's when Olin was born, and I really started to notice the social cues. They were delayed in their speech, but we were working on that. I was a full-time mom. I never got any breaks. I did all the work, and I'm used to doing all the fucking work, okay? I am Mama Meg. I am a badass from hell, and that's what I keep saying to myself, even though I feel like I am just this vilified mom that's being told, oh, you're not doing enough, even though I've taught them English, and Jackson and Jagger know Spanish to a certain degree, but they know English and Spanish. For autistic children to even know one language is hard enough, but for me to get them to do certain things in both English and Spanish is amazing. The fact that they can recite the alphabet front to back and they can do it backwards means that I think they're brilliant. Their youngest brother has ADHD, and I'm trying to get him on some medication that will help him focus. And it's not going to be because I need them drugged up. I hate that shit. I never wanted my kids on drugs. I was the mom that was like anti anything. Like, I wasn't like anti-vax. I know about vaccinations. And I did my due diligence on that. But I did not want my kids on Adderall or Ritalin. I was like, that'll hurt their appetite. That'll really mess up their metabolism, and that might not even increase their brain chemistry to do better. And I was flipping out, and I was like, maybe we should get an MRI for both of them. Maybe we should get an MRI or a CT scan. And I'm freaking panicking. And I asked for a neurologist, and after Jackson's neurologist said that, you're not being overbearing, you're not being paranoid, he's like, I understand your ways against this medication. He looked at me because he's a very good friend of ours, of the family now, because he's been battling with us against people like this in power, trying to push us to do something that we can't physically and medically do to our children because we're against it. Because even their doctor has told me, oh no, we should go down a different route. Here's what I recommend. Tell them this is what I recommend. I've had to record my conversations with him and tell him, since if he can't be with me at a meeting, then sure as hell he's going to be there on recording telling me exactly what he said. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to fight for my kids. And I'm tired of getting hit after hit, threat after threat. I'm done with these people in charge. They keep violating my trust, and that's why I am bitter. This is why I'm angry. This is why I'm emotionally distraught at the fact that my kids are being neglected by the school system, by everybody else that's supposed to be offering help and support. And it doesn't help that I don't have a village. I'm a millennial. And as a millennial, I did not have a village to help me with my kids. I was the fucking village back in the day, too. My mother solely depended on me to make dinner, to get my brother's homework done, to get my homework done, and to make lunches for the next school day. Because my mother would get wasted off of beer, vodka, gin, everything else in fucking between with mixing her pills and pass out on the couch. I was the parent of me and my brother. And I am not going to stop fighting who I am for people to do their jobs. I have been up all night doing my research at one point back in the day of autism, what I can do. I watch Fathering Autism for tips and tricks. I often ask questions. I spell words as we're out on the road driving. I said, what's that sign say? STOP. Stop. That's how we learn to get them to do more vocabulary. It helped us. And there was nobody telling me at the time when I was pregnant that if I were to have special needs children, there's who I can call. And if I had any of my suspicions that there's this person that you could talk to. No one gave me the information. I had to look it up myself. I had to Google. I had to research. I had to go up and beyond between like 30, 40, 50 sites. And not just autismawareness.org, but in general, looking up videos on how people would deal with discipline on autism, because I didn't believe in hitting my kids, because God forbid, let me tell you my fucking history. My mom was abusive. My dad was not absent, but he might as well have been, because guess what? He had to work 3 jobs because that woman was draining our fucking money, our sources of income for her credit card. And that also cost my dad credit card debt, which would be in his name because she put it in his name to then just go and use his credit card whenever she wanted. It was mostly on liquor, mostly on her medications, and she would mix them with her liquor, and she would OD sometimes. She often get up in the middle of the night, walk out of the house, and I have to find her in the middle of the street almost getting hit by a fucking car. That was my fucking life. You want to know what happened? You know why I don't want to be like that? Is because, yeah, my dad was a good father, and he tried to be there, but he had to work his ass off in order to get things done for me and my brother. And I don't resent him at all. I resent the fact that my mother never taught me anything and I had to learn it on my own. I don't know all the answers, but I will strive to do my best to be somebody else's village because I know how it feels to be without a village. Us millennials got the fucking short end of the stick, and we have been getting hit and hit and hit with more and more. The fact that we all watched people jump from the Twin Towers, the fact that we saw the housing crashing market happen, and just we didn't have homes. We were then told that we can't have the American dream. We're told to go to fucking college but can't get the job of our dreams, even though we went to college for that said job, and then we were in mountains and amounts of debt. No, I'm not saying that you should take on student loans or anything. I'm saying work your ass off. Yes, it takes a lot of skill. It takes a lot of mental health. It takes a lot of mental energy to do that shit. But if you are willing and committed to doing better for yourself, do it. You have a village. You have a supporter. Me. I'll be your supporter. Hi, my name is Megan. You can call me Mama Meg. Shake my hand. Take a poor sinner's hand and shake it. Right now, this is my left. You can shake with your left. I don't care. Or Enchanté, Madame Meg. Okay? Because at the end of the day, I will be your village if you are willing to be mine. I don't care if it's virtual. I don't care if you know me in my own neighborhood. Just say hi, be supportive to your friends, to your neighbors. You have no idea what is going on in their shoes until you actually take the chance and talk to them. I have often talked with other parents on my street that have autistic kids or grandkids. They've often given me tips. They hear me yell when I'm frustrated. But they turn off the water. When we're playing outside, I don't want them playing in the hose because, again, the hose is just there for garden work and, of course, to clean off the cars. I'm teaching them boundaries, and sometimes, yes, that'll get upsetting, but I've learned to control my voice, my tone, because tonality is everything for everyone, not just autistic children, but for people in general, because tonality is the one thing that they focus on because they're like, uh-oh, this person's mad. I'm going to have my fight or flight response. And 9 times out of 10, it's exacerbating things. And if you don't know what exacerbating means, it means it's exaggerating everything else for them and making things much worse. So, again, I'm doing what I can. I'm getting tips and tricks from doctors, from therapists, from friends that actually have been around the block with kids that have special needs that weren't theirs, but they taught special education. And they said, the stuff that you're dealing with right now, these people are lazy. And they will keep being lazy, and they won't do their jobs for your kids. And frankly, you need to find someone else. And I'm on my way to finding more people. I'm building a village of doctors, and I'm building a village to where I am protected because I do not like the retaliation that I've been seeing. And I've seen their true colors. I've seen the way I've been treated, the way I've been neglected and disrespected in my own home. Just shows you I am done being a people pleaser. I am done being walked all over upon, and I am done being mistreated in general and getting my kids mistreated. This will not happen again because as a mother, as Mama Meg, I am here to fuck some shit up. I am here to chew gum and kick ass, and it looks like I'm all out of gum. I got breath mints in the bottom of my purse, but that's not the point. The point is I'm kicking ass. It's 2025. We need to do better by the special needs community. We need to do better for these people that can't verbally and mentally understand what is going on with them in the public school system. I am here to expose people, and I will be going live with my next meeting for these people that are coming in and out of my house for no reason, because this is not acceptable anymore. I'm tired of being treated like a villain.